Oh boy, that doesn't work. Hey, if anybody was trying to talk to me, I just realized that my sound was like on the lowest setting possible. So if you were talking and I didn't respond to you, this is for people in Zoom world. It's because I didn't hear you, and I apologize for that. So just butt in and talk to me. Yesterday, we talked about creating a 12-week plan from the 12-week year, and I went to the whiteboard and I scribbled some nonsense on the whiteboard. And today I want to start by sharing what that plan looks like. By the way, this is copied on our Survive to Thrive Facebook page. So if you want to get a copy of this, just go to Survive to Thrive, and there it is. So this is the plan. If I were going to take 6 listings in the next 12 weeks, this is what I would do. My tactics, the lead aggregators, which are the activities, the lag aggregator is the goal. 10 sphere of influence conversations daily, and ask for a referral at least 50% of the time. 5 for sale by owner, expired or circle prospecting contacts daily. Go on 1 for sale by owner, expired or circle prospecting preview daily. 20 per month, 60 in your 12-week year. Enter all of your new for sale by owner and expired contacts in Command and launch a follow-up plan. Make 5 follow-up calls per day. That's not contacts, it's calls. Make 5 follow-up calls per day, 25 per week, or 100 a month to your pipeline. A pipeline is anybody that you have met with who has not hired you yet. And they live in the pipeline for how long? Forever, or until they die, or list their house with somebody else, or sell their home. Tom Hopkins would say until you die, by the way. Not them, because if they're gone, there's somebody else that's still going to sell that house. Find that person. All right. It'll take time to build your pipeline, and eventually you will have 100 plus opportunities in your pipeline, because for those of you who are super analytical, high C's, you're thinking 5 follow-up call per day, 25 per week. I've only met with 5 people in the first week. That doesn't work. Yeah, I get it. It'll take time to build it up. Mail 100 golden letters to your farm on week 1, week 5, and week 9. That's week 1 of each of the 3 months. Got it? Golden letter, you can Google it. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google it or ask Diane or Clarissa. They're my go-to. Sorry, ladies. And they can help you. Call or door knock 25 home per week behind that golden letter. So slow down for a minute. Mail out 100 golden letters in week 1 to your farm. Now, week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4, you're going to call behind that golden letter, give it a couple days to end up in their mailbox, and start making calls. And you're going to call 25 homes per week, or you're going to door knock 25 homes per week behind the golden letter. The strategy here is they got the golden letter and now they're getting a call from you. So John, you've mailed a golden letter to your farm, and now you're calling. Hey, John Dietz, Keller Williams Realty, just following up on a letter I sent you a couple days ago. As you know, the market's super hot. We have buyers looking for great homes like yours. There's nothing for sale. And I was just curious, who do you know that might be thinking of selling their home in the next 6 months? Script, write it down. Now they've got a letter from you, Hazim, good to see you. And they're getting a call from you, or better yet, you're knocking on their door, right, Clarissa? Mm-hmm. They got a letter from you and now you're knocking on their door. All right, mail 25 handwritten personal notes per week. Who do you send the personal note to? Anybody you talk to? Mm-hmm. Anybody, just anybody you talk to. It's 5 a day, 25 per week. It's simple to do this. Just get into a habit. Now, my question for all of you is, if you implemented this plan, what are your chances of getting 6 listings in 12 weeks? Say good. Say better than good. Maybe it's a given. Maybe it's definite. You know, if you do part of the plan you're still going to get results. You're not going to get the same results, but you will get results. If you do the entire plan, I guarantee you, money back guarantee. Well, you're not paying me any money, so get that. And it's a money back guarantee that this is going to work. All right, I want you to go to page 105 of the 12-week year, and we're going to talk about, and thank you for our landscape guys today. So just fascinating. For those of you who think we're getting attacked by a killer swarm of hornets, we're not. It's actually lawnmowers and wind blowers and all that other nonsense going on outside. All right, page 105, we're talking about installing this 12-week plan. Starting at the very top of the page, the 12-week year starts with a vision. This is your aspirational vision, Fazim. This is your personal aspirational vision of where you want your life to be in the future. Now, behind that, you create 3-year plans or goals that support the aspirational vision, and then you create 12-week goals that support those 3-year goals, and you create a plan. But it all starts with a vision. And from that vision, you establish a set of 12-week goals. Based on those goals, you develop a 12-week plan. Then comes process control. I like the way he says that, process control is just a nice way of saying a system to make sure that you're doing your job, right? I've asked you guys before, if I could come just follow you all day during your work day for the next 12 weeks, and you've got John Dietz shadowing you all day long, would you work different? Of course you would, because I'm watching you. Mike Tyson, and I realize as I'm getting older that I probably have to start explaining to people who Mike Tyson are, because there's some younger folks who might think Mike Tyson, is he like the guy that makes chicken, Tyson chicken or something like that? What'd you say, Michael?
That's not what they think of.
No.
It's the hangover guy.
The hangover guy. Okay, so he used to be a boxer, and really good boxer, by the way, fighter. And Mike Tyson's, the hangover guy, said that everyone has a plan until they get hit in the mouth. Process control is a set of tools and events that help you work your plan even when you get hit in the mouth. Now, drop down to about the middle of the next paragraph. New actions are almost always uncomfortable. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be comfortable. There's going to be days you don't want to do this. That's one of the things that makes change so difficult. It's one thing to identify the actions needed to create a better result. It's a whole other thing to consistently do them. Without structural and environmental support, follow-through becomes a constant exercise of willpower. Relying on willpower occasionally can work, but as studies have shown, willpower has a fatigue factor. And as we've all experienced, sometimes we have the willpower and sometimes we don't. Interesting, right? Now, go over to the next page, 106. Just pick it up at the top of the page. If you're going to achieve what you are capable of, boy, that's important. If you are going to achieve what you are capable of, and please hear me, I'm leaning in because I'm just want to reach out there to everybody in Zoom and tell you, you are capable of this. Thank you, Michelle. You are capable of this. Don't hear, that's a great goal for someone else, but not for me. That's possible for someone else, but not for me. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too this, I'm too that, whatever. You are capable of this. Michael Topo, talk to me.
Okay, so willpower sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. What's the solution?
Process control uses tools and events to create support structure that can augment and in some cases take the place of willpower. So the solution is process control. Now hang in there, I'll tell you more. I promise it'll make sense. I can promise you that Michael Phelps, swimmer, who holds more gold medals than any other Olympian, had days when he didn't feel like getting in the pool or working out in the gym, but he did. So there were days, Michael, that for Michael Phelps, willpower wasn't enough. Okay. His solution was process control. He goes on to share that's because he has structures in place that make it easier for him to get in the pool than not to. There are two items that will form the foundation of your support: weekly plans and don't go it alone. Weekly plans and get a tribe. Weekly plans and be part of a tribe. Weekly plans. The weekly plan is a powerful tool that translates the 12-week year plan into daily and weekly actions. Michael, it's the plan that I shared with you at the top of our Survive to Thrive conversation, and you visit that plan daily, and you look at, these are the standards for the day that I'm holding myself accountable to. The weekly plan is the instrument that organizes and focuses your week. Focus is really important here. Focus means we're blocking out all of those distractions. We're blocking out all of the noise. And we are just laser focused on the goal. The weekly plan is not a glorified to-do list. Rather, it reflects the critical strategic activity that needs to take place that week in order to achieve your goals. Keep in mind that the weekly plan is a derivative, there we go, of your 12-week plan. It is not something that you create each week based on what happened the week before. If these tactics get done, those are the activities that I showed you beneath our goal 1, which was take 6 listings. The tactics are those activities that I listed, and the author is sharing that if these tactics get done, you've had a great week. If not, you lost a week. So win the week is check the boxes. Done, 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 done. Success. I won the week. And all of the activities that I shared with you, are you 100% in control of the outcome on those activities? Say yes, you are. If one of those activities is to talk to 10 sphere of influence contacts in your database every day, do you choose whether or not you check the box? Say yes. Do you choose if you stop at 9 and don't make the 10th, have the 10th conversation? Say yes. Can anybody else cause you to not hit that number? Say no. It's 100% in your control. In other words, you're choosing whether you win the week or lose the week. All right, let's skip over to page 108, and let's talk about don't go it alone. And then we're going to wrap this up. Top of the page, the second element of process control is peer support. Middle of the page. Now, before I do that, let me just share. He shares a story of a group of the FAST company, F-A-S-T company, wrote an article entitled Change or Die. And the article was based on these individuals who were faced with life-threatening medical conditions. And they were given a list of things they needed to do in order to change so that they could live. Now, what's interesting is after 12 months, 90% of the patients had reverted back to their old lifestyles, virtually guaranteeing an impending death. Now, there was another group that had a much higher success rate, almost 7 times greater. Don't hear a medical conversation, hear real estate. I want you to hear, how does this apply to me in my business, in my life? There was another group that had a much higher success rate, almost 7 times greater. These patients were involved in peer support sessions, and they had a success rate of nearly 80%. The groups not involved in peer support had a 10% success rate. You know what I'm hearing? Be a part of productivity coaching program. It's a peer group. It's a tribe. It's a support group. Be on this call every day. This is a peer group. This is a tribe. This is a support group. Those who are succeed 7 times greater than those who aren't. There is no such thing as a self-made man. Well, that's funny. You will reach your goals only with the help of others. The groups involved in peer support met on a regular basis and discussed their progress, struggles, and challenges. Now, he goes on, bottom of the page. If you are implementing change, don't go it alone. Your chances of success are 7 times greater if you employ peer support. Bottom of the page. When clients, I want you to think of another coaching program in Keller Williams when I'm talking to you about this, and tell me what you hear. When clients meet regularly with a group of peers, they perform better. When they don't, performance suffers. We recommend forming a group of 2 to 4 committed individuals to meet weekly. What are you hearing? I'm hearing bold. I'm hearing bold. I'm hearing that one of the reasons why production goes up during those 8 weeks that we have bold is because for 8 weeks, we're meeting together as a group and doing the activities together versus on our own. Now I'm going to talk to you about WAMs and we're going to close. WAM. We recommend forming a group of 2 to 4 committed individuals to meet weekly. We call these meetings WAMs, W-A-M, which stands for Weekly Accountability Meetings. Weekly Accountability Meetings. Now, here's the foundation of a WAM. Number 1, individual report. Each member of the group reports their results for the previous week. They report the results for the 12-week year to date, their weekly execution score, their intentions for the coming week. In other words, their plan to close the gap. They report feedback and they get feedback and support from the group. Number 2, successful techniques. As a group, discuss what's been working well and how to incorporate these techniques into one another's plan. And then finally, encouragement from the group. WAMs are not punitive. WAMs are not get together and make your peers feel guilty for what they didn't accomplish. Remember, we believe that it's impossible for someone else to hold you accountable. That's a myth. You have to own it. You are the only one who can hold you accountable. Unless you have a job and you're being paid a salary to do that job, then I can hold you accountable. As in, you don't do the job, you're fired. But if you're an individual who works for you, I can't make you follow the plan. Even if you report to me daily, even if there's a consequence attached, because you could still choose not to do the activity and just pay the consequence. Okay, talk to me. If you're on Zoom, raise your digital hand, talk to me. If you're not on Zoom, you're in the room, raise your hand. Thank you. Hervé, talk to us.
Good morning, John. Good morning, everybody.
Morning. It's good to hear you, sir.
Oh yes, it's a pleasure
Can't hear you
to
'cause I
be
can't
here.
see you. Where are you?
Okay.
Talk to us. It's all right, buddy.
Well,
There you go.
what you just shared really hit straight home because for the past month, bef- for the past month, my schedule has changed, and I've been in real pain.
Hmm.
And the 12 weeks year is a new strategy that I'm gonna be using in order to move forward because I've been in real pain because the first strategy I had, which was working, um, I had to make adjustments because life happens, and my wife had to follow a new career opportunity. So therefore, everything that I had working, the plan that I had working, put I had to put it on a hold in order to readjust, in order to move forward. So I've been in pain and I've been missing a few weeks. I've been failing at a few weeks, and I want to thank you because you have really re-encouraged me to step out there because with a new strategy, and I believe success is at hand.